What's up, everybody? Welcome to Puzzle Huddle. Thank you so much for following our account. Please take a moment and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We want to make sure that you get all of our video updates. We're working on really cool videos and content. We want to make sure that you're able to view those and get the updates whenever we post. In terms of today's episode, we're talking about puzzle sizes and age recommendations. We get a lot of email about which puzzle for which age child, how big are the pieces, how big are the puzzles. So we're going to provide a quick overview just so you can see and get a feel for the different sizes and the piece size so that you know what you're buying and which product is going to be a good fit for which age child. One important thing that you have to know is we're dealing with children, so it always depends. Some kids are a little more focused and patient, and they like to spend time, problem solving at a table. Some kids are more inclined to be, bouncing around the room. So some of this requires a little bit of an awareness in terms of the child and making a purchase that kind of fits the child's age, but also their disposition, and not relying on the box recommendation, because the box recommendation does not know this child. So you got to think about the child, think about the box recommendation, and kind of align those two to hopefully get a good puzzle to match the kids' discipline, interest, and their ability to focus and problem solve through that process. The most simple puzzle that we sell has 15 pieces. It's a 9-inch by 12-inch puzzle. It has 15 pieces. It's one of our best sellers. We recommend this puzzle for usually a child that's aged 3 or 4 years old. That's not the limit. Sometimes we have some 2-year-olds that do very well with this puzzle. Sometimes we have some older kids that are, just beginning to learn how to focus and sit still, and they're gonna have a good time with this puzzle as well. If you can see the piece size, I brought some household objects that would just kind of help give you a size comparison. This piece is, in terms of length, very similar to a Hot Wheels car. So if you can think of holding that in your hand, this is a standard off-the-shelf Hot Wheels car, and this is the size of the piece. So if you look at these two, that's about the size of the piece, and that's what you can expect when this puzzle gets to your home. I'm gonna hold it up to a ruler as well, just so you can get a sense of, it takes over 3 inches in total length, and it's a very sturdy piece. So that's why we recommend it for that younger age group, ages 3 or 4 years old. Moving slightly down the road here is our 24-piece puzzle. You see, it's about the same total size, but the pieces are going to be a little bit smaller. Still same sturdy material. I'm going to hold up that Hot Wheels car again. Slightly shorter than a Hot Wheels car, but just to get a sense of what your child is going to have in their hand, their ability to have fine motor skills and work with a small object. It's about the size, again, compared to a Hot Wheels car, and that's our 24-piece puzzle. This is still a great fit for a 3 or 4-year-old, but skewing a bit older, we're going to talk maybe 4 or 5 years old, is going to have a good, that age child is going to have a good time putting that puzzle together. We recommend for every puzzle, we recommend adult participation. That just makes it better. So no matter what size recommendation and what the child's capabilities are, we want to have a parent, guardian, teacher, an adult participating with that child, putting the puzzle together, because it just makes it better. There's an opportunity for conversation, discussion, unpacking the images, talking about the imagery. Just there's a whole different layer of engagement that can happen when a parent, guardian, or teacher does the puzzle with the child. So we want to look for that opportunity wherever possible. The next more complex puzzle that we offer has 42 pieces. This puzzle is 10.5 inches by 14 inches. I have a couple Uno cards here just for size reference. So you see it's about 3 Uno cards wide and then comparably tall. This puzzle we recommend for ages 4 to 7. It's going to be a bit of a challenge for a 4-year-old, but it depends on the child. If you have a more advanced child, maybe a 4-year-old can handle it, but also with adult help, because we like adult engagement when we look for children to work with our products. So the 42-piece puzzles, if I could just hold up a piece compared to, let's say, a standard issue crayon, that is about the size of the piece. Still same sturdiness, but just so you can get a better sense of the size of the piece that the child is going to have the opportunity to play with while working on one of these puzzles. So 3 Uno cards wide, that's the 42-piece puzzle. Thinking it through in my head, maybe a 5-year-old, 6-year-old, those are going to be the best ages, but there's some flexibility there depending on the child. The next puzzle size down the road is the 54-piece puzzle. This is a very popular size. There's some flexibility here in terms of the age range. This puzzle is 12 inches by 16.5 inches. I'm going to hold up my ruler here just so you can get a sense of, it's that tall. It's a real 16 inches, 16.5 inches tall, and it's really 12 inches wide. I'm going to hold up a piece just so you can get a sense of how that compares to a crayon. This puzzle is going to be a very good fit for maybe a 6-year-old, 7-year-old with some adult help. We wouldn't want to hand a 5-year-old this child and leave them to do it independently. There's a good chance a 5-year-old can have a good time with it as long as they have a parent or guardian helping them do the assembly. The next puzzle in terms of our ladder of complexity is the 100-piece puzzle. This puzzle has, is increasingly more complex than the puzzles before. We recommend this puzzle for, even looking at the box, I'm going to make the recommendation just knowing intuitively how this puzzle matches my own children. A 7, 8, or 9-year-old, those are going to be the best ages that align with this puzzle. But again, it depends on the child. I want to hold up a piece just so you can get a sense of a piece size compared to a crayon and an Uno card. A lot of parents and people that deal with children have Uno cards and crayons around an environment, just so you get a sense of the size and the form factor of what young people are going to have a chance to use when we're playing with this puzzle. Again, the 100-piece puzzle, 7, 8, 9 years old is going to be the best fit. But it depends on the child, and you have to kind of get an assessment of, how focused is that child, how much are they able to sit still, and what other ways do they show that they, have the interest to work through a puzzle versus, being more active in a moment. And like all of us parents know, sometimes it depends on what time of day it is and what the child had to eat. So if they just had something that's going to give them more energy, or if they're at a point in the day where they're a little more focused and attentive. Those are all things to think about in terms of the complexity before we put a different size puzzle in front of our kids. The next puzzle size in our puzzle ladder is the 200-piece puzzle. This is starting to get more complex. It's getting bigger so that the pieces are still really hardy and give a chance for to have some sturdiness. We recommend this puzzle starting right around an 8, 9, or 10-year-old, maybe even younger as long as you have a parent or guardian participation. But this puzzle starts to be an item that the whole family can participate in. You can get multiple hands, multiple bodies. A lot of people participate. I'm just going to hold up one puzzle piece compared to some items that you might have in your home. You see this is how it fits on the Uno card. This is it compared to your standard issue marker. So you see still a hardy piece, but we're not going to generally give that puzzle piece size to a 4 or 5-year-old. We're going to begin to see some good activity with it, and we recommend 6, 7, 8, 9 years old. And that's going to be the best fit in terms of having a successful puzzle experience instead of a frustrating puzzle experience. The last puzzle size that I want to show you is our floor puzzle. It's not the most complex, but it's the largest in terms of square inches. This one has 32 pieces. Most of our families are going to do this puzzle on the floor, but if you have a big table, you're certainly welcome to do it on a large table as well. We recommend this puzzle because it's so big and the pieces are so big. Usually a 4 or 5 or 6-year-old is going to have a good time with this puzzle. They give them a chance to have a good puzzle experience instead of a frustrating one. We again recommend adult participation. I just want to hold up one puzzle piece size. You can see the puzzle is almost a yard tall, so it's a really big format, and the pieces are this big. So it is a paper product, so there is some durability. The puzzle pieces are subject to damage by moisture, so if it gets wet, if there's water on the floor, or if you have a child that's still teething and chewing on things, that can certainly damage a puzzle piece. But other than that, they are a very sturdy piece material, and the puzzle pieces are pretty hardy, so it gives young people a chance to have fun with the puzzle, and there's a little less risk of damage, even though there is some risk of damage. So thanks so much. Please, again, take a moment to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you get all of our video updates. We have a lot of puzzles, a lot of different sizes. We range in age and complexity from something that's appropriate for a 3-year-old up to likely a 9-year-old. Again, with parent participation and engagement, that's how we're going to have the best puzzle experiences. We expect to add more sizes and configurations in the future, but subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks for following our company. Thanks for your support, and we appreciate your time.